here we go.
W-I-N. 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 Come on, this side, you can do better. W-I-N. W-I-N. What about you guys? Don't just sit there. Come on. Get me louder than them. Let's go. W-I-N. W-I-N. That's fabulous. Well done this side. Sorry, you guys. Hi, I'm Lee. I'm a coach. On my shirt. I help players do their best to develop new skills and be better than before. I believe winning isn't everything. It is the only thing. It is the thing that makes me keep going. Coming back year after year, week after week. All the mental and physical preparation aimed at achieving one simple objective: winning. I have a player who learns how to turn fully. Winning. If they can pass a ball to space, winning. They get a PB on their Bronco or yo-yo, #winning. I know that, thanks Greg, I have to throw this in now. Vince Lombardi, yep, he said the quote before he died, and he said, "I wish I'd never said the thing. I meant the effort. I meant having a goal. I sure didn't mean for people to crush human values and morality." So that's, that's not what we're about. Winning is about achieving. So, what motivations? Beating your opponent by scoring more points, runs, or goals. Winning a championship. Representing your country. Being number one in the world, getting a medal. Sometimes the path can be long and complex. It can take years to achieve that ultimate goal or dream. Let's look at Emma Twigg, attending her 4th Olympics. Never won a medal, just like you said, what's her name? John. Has been a world champion. They left the sport in 2016 after
Well, you want that
finishing
job
4th.
done at school tomorrow, look out.
You might not get any more printing money. She returned 2 years later, as she still had the desire and motivation to roll at the highest level. Could this be her gains? We will have to wait and see. Although she posted the fastest time in the heats, so the signs are good. You do not go to the Olympics just to participate. You go to win. When have you ever heard, "Let's go out there and lose"? Let's make everyone else feel better by letting them come first. So, how can you make yourself better than before? You could get up out of that chair. You could start squatting, lunging, just getting better. But you're all still sitting there. You got out of your chairs. That's winning. The feeling of winning, the triumph and sheer giddiness you feel when you finally achieve a hard-fought goal. You feel like you're on top of the world, like you've touched the clouds, like you can do anything. All fade into the background. Let's look at the pathway to winning, the cycle of development, or as we in the affirmative like to call it, the winning circle. Let's start with participation. That hooks you into the feeling of winning. Next is learning, development, and goals. Over here, that's a huge area that can take years. And then we have to go to reward. Here we go. Over there. And this is what we have gotten out of the experience. It may or may not end in a medal, crown, diamonds or fame. We may have to go around the circle many times. Everyone can win by having fun. One of the top reasons why we participate. And that's fun. Say it with me, people. W-I-N.
Okay, we do not agree with their arguments. All of the things they argued were covered in their affirmative arguments. Winning comes in many forms, is what we said. John just said it's about participation. Did we say participation wasn't winning? No, we did not. Did we say blood, sweat, tears and sacrifice didn't result in winning? You don't do that to at least try to win. You don't give up all of that time to not win. Participating is winning. Growth, we can win with growth. All winning could be taking the time. I think I said in my presentation that the definition of winning was victorious, charming, engaging and pleasing. So are we not all winners? Are we all winners by being victorious, charming, engaging and pleasing? I think everybody here would like to be that. So the mental health side of things comes into the victorious, charming, engaging and pleasing, and being able to show that we achieve in ways that aren't necessarily winning the gold medal. I think that's me covered.
The costs and risks focusing solely on winning has been the only thing far outweigh any possible benefits. What is more important than the health and well-being of a human being should never be compromised, especially for reasons that are easily preventable when there exists an alternative way to achieve the same goal, through growth without the same level and risk. Yes, there is a serious side to this. This is not frivolous, as you would have the affirmative team believe that it is. It's not. For these reasons, why focusing solely on winning is destructive for the athletes themselves. So thus, their motion is heavily flawed, and we stand, the two of us, firmly firmly against the motion tonight. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'm not going to subject you to that, but there's 2 points that I do want to make relating to what I was going to say before. And that is, winning is so deeply hardwired into our DNA that you might want to ponder why we have sport, why we have games, why do we compete, what's the deep psychology behind that? What's the deep significance of competing against each other? Why? Because we need to win, okay? Because it's a survival mechanism in us, and I propose that the desire, the urge to win is the reason why we have invented all these games, why we have the Olympics got on at the moment, why huge amounts of funding, time, resource is poured into these events, because it's a primal expression, an urge within us to win, to compete and to win. Food for thought. There we go. Throwing that out there. I've got a silent room. Okay, the second point that I'll quickly allude to before I finally wrap up is that the second part of the phrase that's being debated tonight is it is the only thing is contagious. It's the reason why this is being debated right down through the ages. And that possibly implies that it is the only thing rides roughshod over everything. All these things that these people are talking about participation, about development, etc. But I don't think that that's the meaning of that, and I think Lombardi may have made reference to that, regretting having said it because it wasn't his original intention. And other than a few Australians who may have taken it literally in a contentious tone, I don't think that that final part of that phrase is really intended to be damaging or disruptive in our participation in sport and the glory of winning. Okay? The last thing I do want to say, and this is related to how you tend to sort of do a little bit of research around this. You go on the internet and you look at various websites and things like that. And I came up with this one particular website and I looked at it. I think it's called Motivations, I think. I clicked on the tab that said About. And there are 9 sentences on that page. 9 sentences. 9 sentences, and within those 9 sentences, winning is mentioned 7 times.
Lee mentioned that the pain of injury all falls into the background. So Lee, I'd like to just touch up on that. Sports comes with injuries as a fact of life. Rolled ankles, ACLs, pulled hamstrings, etc. We have easy access to an army of physios, sports doctors, sports clinics to deal with these problems. But what happens when it isn't a physical condition but a psychological one? Sports codes are good at dealing with bodily injuries, but still no up to scratch when dealing with psychological ones. And winning is the only thing to the fire, and it's a recipe for disaster, with data showing 35% of elite athletes are dealing with mental health issues. That's me. Thank you.
Winning, and I really believe it. It's built, you've either got it or you haven't. Why are some kids competitive and some kids aren't, And like, if I put this chocolate bar out there and I had somebody who's not competitive, come on, no, Daisy, you are. No, actually, all you lot. Right, okay, I'm going for here now. Right, Daisy, here, come on.
The old lady.
Come on, Patsy. Right, Patsy, you show them. Okay, example. If I say to you, right, it's a first to get that cake of chocolate, okay? Our motivation. The chicken is the winner and the pig is the loser. And, I want to win lotto. But I don't turn up to buy a ticket.
Well, what about when you have the pig and the chicken? What do you do about the toast? Who's the winner there?
All I can say is that we always talk about this, and after the game we go, was winning was the thing of the day, winning. These kids don't care about the winning, you're in essence like what we think that they do at a young age. And so, for us, I think that Lee, I loved your circle of win. And I loved your thing. And I'm no rebuttal, but that really went off. I'm very impressed with the super woman coach t-shirt, but you know, you guys are proud in the strip club.
Get it all out.
On that note, you know, like, I'm not saying that we're losers, okay, but we're on the negative, but you know, winning is not everything, okay? It's all about the doing and the effort. So thank you, and hopefully, Lee, don't upstage us again. And you point out, we are taught from an early age that there are two kinds of people, winners and losers. Yet, I don't like that saying. I think there are winners and those yet to become winners. One person's utter and complete failure, maybe another person's step towards success. That's what we have to think. And that's what we've been saying. It's not just a scoreboard we're looking at. We're looking at everything that's there. We're saying it's the thing, winning is the thing that drives us, that makes us go forward. Netball New Zealand junior policy. No scores kept, but teams are graded. Graded on what? For ability. We'll have a section of tall players. A section of short players. That determines it. And for convenience, they use scores. Although not published, who cares about that? Surely the players, coaches and parents wouldn't take the score. Knowing which team or teams are better than the others, in other words, who won, is the only thing that may be looked at. So we use it as a measure. So again, why do we keep coming back again and again and again if we didn't want to achieve? And that's what we've said. We want to achieve. We want to be better than before. We haven't said that winning is the be-all and end-all. We've talked about the process and how that process can You're supposed to be the
We didn't say that. Winning is everything. It's the thing that drives us to go forward. Just keep going.
She says
I know. It's a process.
Yeah. It's a process. To win is a process. Participation. Learning to go.
You are Lee.
So I'm going to finish saying, if you plan to win and prepare to win, like we did, you expect to win. So don't overestimate the process and don't underestimate the reward.